Why wouldn't my phone go before literally as I'm clicking, as my hands on the mouse to click the start broadcast button? Why wouldn't my phone ring? Why wouldn't it? You know, it's one of those. Why wouldn't it? Like, yes. All day I've been doing nothing at all, but as soon as I go live, I'm about to go live even. Right, usual thing. Let's just send out some tweets saying that this is happening. Let's say live Q&A thingy. And the link. There we go. Bam. An error occurred? What do you mean an error occurred? Does that mean it's not working, or does it mean that I'm just talking to myself here? More than likely actually am, aren't I? So yeah, I've got a new light here because I thought that would help with the picture quality, or I thought it'd make it a little bit better. It's not making a difference. It just makes it look like fudge is trying to come in from the netherworld, doesn't it? So, so that's not ideal. I really thought that would make a difference, but it's just, even though my laptop claims that my my webcam is in glorious HD, this vid will apparently be in HD. It's just that the picture quality is a joke. I mean, what else can I do? I mean, let's to bring up the light on my phone, for example. I mean, does that help? You know? I just point this at my face for the entire duration of the broadcast, you know, just absolutely. It hurts to look at that. You know, so yeah. So how are we all? I'm in another one of those ups and downs kind of moods. You know, for every up there's a down and all of that, and you know, as the big talking points, of course, this week is a vid that I did the other day, of course, about the WWE Network. You know. I've got a statement that I'll read out in a second that I found on a where did we find this? This was on wrestlingnews.co.uk. Or just .co. Okay, that's strange. Anyway, yeah, even more details on why the WWE Network is delayed in the United Kingdom. It's a fascinating read. Genuinely is. So I'll read that in a second when we've got a few people in. So yeah, feel free to say hello in the chat box, and we'll do some Q&A. I've got about an hour, maybe an hour, maybe not. I'm liking doing this. I mean, it's an interesting little thing to do, because there's no, well, it's the horrible thing of the Q&As of having no pressure, no time to release anything, but it's also an instant thing. You know, there's I can reply to you on a comment, for example, or I can reply to a tweet, but in a chat box here or something like that. It's an instant thing. It's a bang, you know, and then. So it's it's an interesting one. It's very unlike me, isn't it? It's high pressure sort of thing. D and me. Yeah, so my brother-in-law rang up as I'm clicking on the start button. In one of those. It's just you sat there with the phone in your hand going, why wouldn't it call now? That's the question you've got to ask yourself. Why wouldn't you? Watching ECW November to Remember 1998 today. Gonna be like a bit of a Brucey bonus episode for the 1998 Was It Great series. And the reason I'm doing this one is that, as it says on my script, as I will say on the video, that Heatwave 1998 is widely considered to be, you know, the best ECW show, isn't it? ECW pay-per-view. Sorry, that they ever did. So my thinking was, you know, what about the next pay-per-view that they did? You know, was that as good? Was it half as good? Was it? I wanted to see basically if Heatwave 1998 was just a fluke in the way that I think it was. So yeah, I thought instead of doing World War III, which I'm not looking forward to at all, I thought I'll do something different. Because I mean, I haven't looked at ECW at all. As part of the 1998 series. Heatwave is one that I plan to do. I plan to do a Heatwave 1998 review. And then when the OSW guys announced, because I planned to do my 1998 series, you know, before January this year. I think it was about March, something like that, they did they started on the ECW ones. And then when they said they were going to do Heatwave 98, it was just one of those, well, I don't think I'll bother doing that one then. You know, their Heatwave review, there's nothing that I could add to it. It really isn't. I mean, if I was I could nitpick about it, certain elements of the show. But so I thought, yeah, not Heatwave, November to Remember 1998. I thought that let's take a look in. So I've got one match left of that one, of that there. I've got just got the main event to go, which is Sabu, RVD, and Taz versus the triple threat. So Shane Douglas, Chris Candido, and Bam Bam Bigelow. So I'm hoping to get that last match reviewed tomorrow, reviewed tomorrow. And then a new episode of 1998 Was It Great coming for you on Saturday. Like I say, it's not the one I planned, but of course, with the network being thrown out as it has been, all my video reviews for this month, all out of sync. I had set days for everything I wanted to do this month. I had about 6 or 7 vids lined up for you guys, and then it's just one of those. Well, let's not do that then, because it's just there's so many shows that I want to. Yeah, that, like for example, World War III that I've got on a torrent. I got it last year. It was sat on my laptop, seeding ever since. Yeah, for reasons that I can't fathom, it won't play on my Xbox. It just refuses to. Now, I know there's people out there who are going, hey, Mick, why did you just get the DNS things and the what's it called, unblocker? No, the thing that makes you think you're an American and all that. That's great if you like watching wrestling on your laptop. I really don't. I like watching wrestling on my computer so I can type at the same time, because you can't type and watch wrestling unless you have a really tiny box. You can't do that. So I like, for example, right this minute, I've got Tommy Dreamer on the ramp walking away from the match. Yeah, because I've literally just before I was like, I've got to get this match done, because like I said, I've watched the rest of the show today. And I went out earlier on. It's like, right, when I get home, I've got to watch the semi-main event. So that's done. So yeah, it's all good. Sam P, hi Mark. When's your next 10 years ago, and what are your favourite 10 years ago series you have done since 2010? The next one will be Survivor Series 2004. I haven't even started it yet, believe it or not. My plan was to get ahead of myself. My good friend Danny Ace, who I seem to be talking about a lot at the moment on vids, but he watches the pay-per-views with me, and we watched a load, and we've got the vids done for him. It's just that the December shows. So my Turning Point 2004 review's done, and my Capital Carnage 1998 review is done as well. But he hasn't got Survivor Series 2004, and it's just one of those, well, we'll just keep putting this one off, because we'll just wait till the network comes, and then the network didn't come, and it's one of those, well, we'll do that one eventually. Regarding the favourite series, I don't know, really. I mean, if you want them to be funny, I suppose the 10 years ago from the first series are the best, because, of course, I'm ranting about WCW in 2000, which everyone loves, don't they? And, but, of course, the flip side of the episodes from 2000 is, I don't know if you know this, Sam, but there's 66 videos in season 1. There's 66, because so many of them are in parts, and I don't like that. And one of the things I would really like to do is take all the episodes that are on my old channel, download them, and put them back together, essentially, so they're in one piece, and put them back onto this channel. That's something that I could do one month if I was very bored, couldn't I? Because that takes so long, So yeah, that's next. 10 years ago is 10 years ago is Survivor Series 2004, and I don't really remember a lot about it, so I'm going to guess that one wasn't great. And then World War III, November to Remember, coming from 1998, and I don't know about what else, because it all depends on the network. As I said on my video the other day, GAB89 was one that I really was looking forward to watching for you guys, because most people consider it in the top 5 best pay-per-views ever, don't they? One Piece Fan 20 is back. What's the most boring WWE match you have ever seen? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure. The most boring. Most boring. Does the Punjabi prison match count? Is it bad? That's the first one that comes to my head. Oh dear. See, do you know the first one that came into my head? No, the second one that came into my head was the Iron Man match between Brett and Shawn. But I'll get lynched if I say something like that, because it's just. Oh, I was talking with a friend just last night. What series do you think I should do next? And I was saying, because they said, what do you want to do? I was like, well, I want to do 1999. And they're like, but it'll just make you so fucking angry. Why don't you do 1996? And I had to think about it. I'm like, 96. I mean, he's doing WrestleMania 12, which I've always wanted to review, just because I've got friends who believe that Iron Man match is the best match that they've ever seen. And I also would love to go back and watch Survivor Series 96, because if you've been watching my vids for a while, you'll remember my WrestleMania 13 review. And Austin versus Brett from that show and all that. You may remember I said that I preferred the Survivor Series match, and I really would love to review the Survivor Series match just so I can show you guys, share that what I think of it with you guys, because it's so good and it's such an underrated match in my opinion. It really is. Right, next. There with me a second. We just have some lager shandy, diet lager shandy. Look at this. One more mouthful there. It's actually been quite nice. I've just seen something about the Christmas vid from A89DC. Gave up on the network now. Always pissing around and made me not want it. That's a fair point, I suppose. Are you excited about the Christmas vid? Says LP Scots. I sent my vid for the intro a week or so ago. Yeah, I got it. I love it. Your choice of pay-per-view was one that made me smile. Here's what I'll say about the Christmas vid. Here's how it goes at the moment. For anyone who's not following me on social media, this is what I've got. I've got about 5 vids so far from you guys who've sent me little clips. And then when I went to PCW on Friday night, I just thought I'd just be a cheeky cunt basically and ask some wrestlers, like just go up to some and just say, look, do you want to be my Christmas vid? And they're like, yeah, what do I have to do? And so it's, just tell me, in your opinion, what the worst pay-per-view you've ever seen. So there's a comedian who is a wrestling fan called Chris Brooker. Got his face, got a vid off him. Now, LP Scots, you did as you were asked. You told me what, in your opinion, the worst pay-per-view ever. That's what I asked for, or did I not? Yeah? Tell me what is the worst pay-per-view ever. Your video was 4 seconds long. You told me what the worst pay-per-view you ever seen was. Nice and simple. Stick the camera in Chris Brooker's face. A minute and a half later, he's still telling me why it's the real. And it's like, but I didn't ask for. The thing is, I'm not complaining. Trust me on this one, because he's a comedian. So think about it. It's fucking hilarious what he's saying, and it's so good. So then we've got Dave Rain, who some of you may have heard me talking about. Joey Hayes, who some of you have made me talk about. And then the coup de grace so far, fucking Rich Swann of PWG fame, also has done me a little introduction, which again is not just the pay-per-view, but is also very entertaining. So it's one of those things that I've got a feeling this introduction is going to be better than the actual vid. I'm very pleased with the actual video. I am very pleased with it. I hope people don't just go, oh, that was a good intro. Your vid was shit. I'd love to see 1990 Sucks revisited. There's so many pay-per-views that I didn't review, isn't there? The 2 that spring to mind are, of course, WrestleMania 15. I've never reviewed for reasons. And then there's the No Mercy show, the one with the ladder match, the Terry Invitational Tournament. TIT. That's the one, yeah. I've never reviewed that one. So, yeah, I want to go back and do it, but some of my funniest vids apparently are my 1999 Suck series. If you've never seen them, go and give them. It's just outright raw pissed offness in so many cases. Back in the day, I used to care about wrestling so much more than I find it so hard to get angry about wrestling. It's like, Danny Ace is a fucking horrible person for this. He sort of encourages me to bring it out. He's like, come on, for the people, just get angry about it. And I'm sort going, I can't. I don't care enough. But then for a couple of times recently, I've started filming a vid and it's just come over. This is so fucking stupid. I'm just raging at the camera and afterwards going, oh, that felt quite good actually. I was talking to a friend the other day about shoots, and they were saying they put a comment on my the various shoots one. And saying how good it is that I turned something, trolls saying, use their weapons, use the words as weapons against them or something like that. And I was saying that, once a year a shoot is fucking lovely. It really is a great. It's one of those. Look, have I still got this? Can I still bury someone? Can I still do that? Use that clever way of using someone's words against them and something like that. And it's like that once a year is fun. It is fun to do that. I promise you that much. It's weird, because it shouldn't be, but because I don't like burial vids, they don't achieve anything at all other than, in that case, it's making someone look stupid. Like I got a lot of views on the one I did about Gilmore, but he got so much more out of it. He got so much more publicity. And I don't want to give that cretin any free publicity if I can help it, I'd like to see you rate one. Stuart Gardner. All right, Mert. Personally, I'd like to see you go through Mania 1 to the present day. I know you're going to Stew, but I think the modern one's I think some of the modern ones will be good to hear your views a second time round. Think about the modern ones all fall into the 10 years ago category. So I could do, for example, a WrestleMania 26 review or something like that, knowing that I'll be reviewing it again in a few years' time. Does that make sense? I know it sounds like a piss poor excuse, but that's the way I think about it. It's like doing, when I started the series in 2010, it's like, I always hoped it'd go a long way. So there's certain shows that I've never reviewed. So, like, for example, One Night Stand, 2005, I've never touched because I knew that one day I'd be getting there as part of my 10 years ago series. Does that make sense? But then it's the historical ones. I've already reviewed WrestleMania 1. I'm not sure if you're aware of that one. WrestleMania 1's done. And then there's WrestleMania 10 I've also done. And then there's 13, 14. And then from there, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20 are all done as well. And of course, there's everyone since 27, maybe? Might be more than that, actually. Have I got 24 review on here? I haven't been going that long, have I? That's a scary thought. Oh, there's a sign in the crowd here that says, Nicole Bass spanks her monkey. Let's turn that off because that's very distracting. One Piece fan 20 is back. He's still in contact with that PS2 Peter fella. Haven't seen him for a while. He was at a Future Shock show last year, and I didn't realise he was there. How bad's that? I must have walked past him 5 times, didn't notice he was there, and then at the very end of the show, like as he's leaving, I bumped into him. One of those. Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? So I think we're still friends on Facebook. I tell you something. If you haven't seen anything of Peter for a long time, Jesus Christ, the amount of weight that boy's lost. He runs marathons now. Peter does. That's something I do know. There's nothing to him. He's so thin. It's unreal. You can't believe he's the same guy. If you watch a UVW match, Mr. Insano now, you wouldn't believe it's the same bloke. It's unreal. It's crazy. We could probably have a match now, me and Peter, and I could toss him around something rotten, just bumping around all over the show. That'd be fun, wouldn't it? LP Scott spoke to you about the oh my god WCW vid. Really like to see your view on the WF one. Yeah, I mean, it's one to think about, isn't it? Because the oh my god WCW one was a possibly greasy bonus one. It's one of those. Look, I'm doing a review. I've got this. Would you guys like to see me? I said this on the Facebook page, and a couple of people said, "Yeah, I'd like to see it." And what I hoped was people would forget about it, and then it was one of those, bam, from out of nowhere, have this, and it got over 1,000 views, and I'm always very pleased when a vid does that. So what I'll say is, because of that success, don't be surprised if you see one before Christmas. Is what I'll say. Do you think YouTube has changed since the year since first joining? So Sam, oh my god, it's so different now. It's so different, isn't it? It's a lot more corporate. It's a lot more clinical. I've got a lot of fear about YouTube, and that there's for example, you may have noticed I took my video on Peter Gilmore down. I said it's private for a couple of days, and then I thought, no, I'm actually going to take this completely down because Gilmore's got a habit of flagging vids, and I just thought I'm not prepared to do something to lose the channel. And it's always that fear. It's always that worry that someone's going to do something to interfere with it, Whereas back in the day, just like, fuck it, just I'm going to just say what I want. I mean, I don't speak to anyone. There's very few people that make vids. I mean, that I have any contact with, which is strange because before it was all about being in that little clique of YouTube originals. As a word I was going to use, but Moral Virus, who I've just got in touch with recently on Twitter, and Truth Slayer and Real Wrestle Guru was a dick one, wasn't it? Wrestle Guru. Loads of people like that we used to sit on Skype and talk and that, and now it's one of those. I look back at that now and go, why on earth did I do that? I don't like talking on Skype if I can help it. I don't like talking to people I don't know. And it's just, maybe that's me who's changed more than anything. But I don't know. For me personally, I don't have the haters anymore. I've just got there's two people who don't like me: T.A. Howard Rocks and Peter Gilmore, and I can live with both of them hating me. Peter Gilmore doesn't like me, but replies to my tweets and comments on every vid I do. T.A. Howard Rocks, check him out. Yeah, he sends me cryptic messages. Seriously, would you like me to read you a cryptic message from T.A. Howard Rocks? And I promise you, I'm not making this up. I promise you this. This is every day. I mean, every single day this guy does this. Today's, for example, Mark Pearson is afraid to see the truth. His lies are still eating away at him like a cancerous disease. I hold the cosmic key, Mark. Mark knows the clock is ticking.
Really?
Every day. At least one. Every single day. Aren't I a lucky boy? Yeah, I mean, everything's changed. Yeah, having to have a Google account and how, like I say, how corporate it is. It's a lot more money focused these days. You know, I mean, some would say it's not as fun. I mean, I get more enjoyment out of doing what I do at the moment. You know, I don't. Yeah, I can't get angry enough about wrestling to really bring out the hatred like I used to. And like I say, doing a shoot once a year is fun, but I can't imagine doing a vid now. When, you know, someone's done a random vid and me jumping on YouTube going, right, you said this on your vid and you're fucking wrong, and this is why, like I used to. Oh yeah, this is a really response to wrestling views, and you've gone too far, wrestling views, and I think you're talking shit. Yeah, I suppose YouTube, while YouTube has changed, I think I've changed a lot. Bear with me a second. What are you doing, Lily? Bloody rabbits. What are you doing? Come away from there, please. I'm trying to do a vid. You're being very inconsiderate, Lily, aren't you? So yeah, YouTube has changed, but I think I have changed as well. How does that sound? Ruthless Aggression Era, 2003, 2007. Daniel 3786. What's my opinion on it? Well, you can check out my opinions of 2003 and 2004 on my 10 years ago seasons 4 and 5. It was hard because it was a transition period. For those of us who've been through the last year, it's always like, this isn't good enough. This isn't very good. JBL as champion is starting to really drag in 2004 at the moment. It's one of those I don't give a shit. 2005 is going to give us John Cena's never-ending title reign, isn't it? So I'm not looking forward to that. What's weird about it? The best thing I can say is what do I think about it? Is how little I remember of it. You know, me and Danny Ace. Look, there's his third mention in this fucking video. We were talking the other night about double crosses in wrestling. Sorry, double turns, not double crosses, double turns in wrestling. And we were like, come on, name some good double turns. And we sat there having a think, and I was like, dude. Uncensored 99, Hogan and Flair. You know, bam, there's a double turn. It doesn't have to be a good one, but there is one, yeah? And it's one of those, I don't remember what I did yesterday, but I remember that. And I fucking hated the show. How is it that I can remember shit like that? But stuff from 2006, 2007 just doesn't register at all. Apart from WrestleMania. WrestleMania seems to register. And 2006, I'll say like One Night Stand because I bought it. But other than that, yeah, there's so much of it. What was talking about the other night? SummerSlam 2006, a friend of mine was mentioning on Facebook, and it's like, I don't remember that show at all. I don't have any recollection of it whatsoever. So that's probably the best thing I can say. How does that sound? Dan, yo Mark, long time subscriber, missed all your previous live Q&As, so I have two questions for you. IWF, will we ever bring it back? I really miss those videos. What can I say about the IWF? I was sent a match the other day. Fuck, who was it? It's your boy. Yeah, and actually is your boy. It's Phantom Dennis. Phantom Dennis, that's the one. Phantom Dennis versus Flaming P, because I was asked by a friend, listen, this is going to seem an unusual one, but could you write me down Flaming P's stats? And seeing as my N64 is permanently plugged in, it's only ever got one game in it, which of course is No Mercy. It's like, that won't be an issue. So I typed it all out, and it took me fucking ages, you know. And I thought, I'm going to keep that in case I ever need that ever again. So I kept it on a little file. And yeah, a couple of days later, the Phantom Dennis versus Flaming P was sent to me, and I'm sat there going, I bet people would fucking freak the fuck out if I uploaded that onto my YouTube account and just didn't say anything, just uploaded it on its own. Just like, here's a match for you, just in case you want to see one. But it's like, I don't know, man. I really do want to do it again. It was a lot of work. I mean, I made a fucking fatal error, didn't I, by making it a weekly show. It should have been a monthly show or a 2 weekly show. Never say never. How's that sound? Lucamania. I checked out Lucha Underground last week. I found it very entertaining. I know you hate Lucha Wrestling, but will you give it a go? Prince Puma, aka Ricochet, was awesome on there. I watched the show, believe it or not, and you know something? I actually liked it. I liked the production values. I liked the storylines. I liked how wrestling was like a plot device. For example, you know, I thought the opening contest was all right, and I thought the former John Morrison versus Ricochet was a very good match. The only thing I didn't like about it was the middle match. The woman got a sexy something. Sexy Sky? Is that her name? She's sexy something. Anyway, the woman that they had there, it's irrelevant. They had a build-up package for her, showing how, you know, all the adversity she's overcome. She was talking about things like that. And then she lost a match in 2 minutes. And you sat going, that's fucking stupid. Really dumb. Also on that, they had a thing where the dude, it was Son of Havoc, won with a roll-up. And I think he was meant to grab a handful of tights, but there wasn't a handful of tights to grab. So he just grabbed her ass. He just grabbed a handful of ass cheek. And that really made me chuckle. But so yeah, I thought, let's put it this way, it grabbed my attention enough to make me watch it again. So I will be watching it. Yeah, was it on last night? So if it's not, yeah, if I can find it online, I'll watch this week's. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, I wanted something different. I'm not a fan of Lucha Wrestling at all. I don't like wrestling that hasn't got any psychology in it, and Lucha's renowned for having none at all. But, you know, it's a thing. An MSJ, work or shoot. MSJ. Am I being an idiot? MSJ? MSJ. Oh my god, I bet you're all saying, it's this, but I don't remember. I mentioned WrestleGuru the other day. He was really good, I thought. Did you watch his stuff? Yeah, I loved it. I loved WrestleGuru. Thought it was great. WrestleGuru in '87. He's a guy I want to find on the internet because I want him on my Christmas vid. And again, I reckon people go, "Oh my fucking god!" If you're not going to do that when fucking Rich Swann ever comes up. But yeah, he's one I would really like to find. I've watched Bill and Doug from time to time. They were so pro TNA that it was one of those. Wow, this is crazy. And it's just when TNA, the best ones were when TNA started to, you know, get a bit shit, and Bill and Doug were like, look, this is wank, do something about it. That was brilliant. What do you think the Liverpool crowd will do Monday? I will be part of that crowd and think they can hijack the show, but for a good cause this time. I don't like the hijack the show concept at all because you're spoiling it for everyone else. It's why go to something that you spent a lot of money on and then try and spoil it for other people. It's probably the best way I can say. I would never do it. Let's put it that way. If I went to that show, if they play something to the network, you boo the fuck out of it. That'll do. Happy days. But I mean, it's like I don't like the CM Punk chants, for example. I think they're stupid. That's probably the best thing I can say. Hello, Mega Spinner 2. Did you ever watch MB Wrestler vids? Have you ever seen his YouTube matches? It's quite cool, and actually, I've actually had a wee bit of success in wrestling. It's true. Yeah, I used to watch MB Wrestler a lot. I just think his vids were good, and yeah, I'm well happy that he followed the dream. He actually added me on Facebook a couple of days ago, believe it or not. That's a genuine truth, promise you. So yeah, that was nice. Shall I read this statement that I found, just in case anyone hasn't seen this yet? All right, this is an update from the network. This is on, like I say, prowrestling.co. It's not .com or .co.uk. It says they're going to go near. Yeah, you know I've struggled with speaking. The negotiations with B-Sky B include doing a linear channel similar to what Rogers has done with the network in Canada. None of this has been said publicly, but we've seen a private admittance that the Canada model was working better than their online model. WWE now has experience with launching a network on cable, so we're giving them the knowledge of how to do it the right way in their second biggest market. They've also had to work out issues with the Survivor Series. B-Sky B were advertising the Survivor Series as a pay-per-view for £14.95. But with the WWE Network being free for the month of November, that would undercut the pay-per-view since fans could see it for free on the network. Also, it could cause a hassle for B-Sky B customers that are looking for refunds from people that have already ordered. WWE and Sky have had a long partnership, and this current contract is a lengthy one that gives WWE an increase in rights fees. So this is important that needs to be worked out. This is something. So this is something that needs to be worked out. B was aware that the pay-per-view is moving to the network when they signed their new deal with WWE, so it's not an issue, but giving away the Survivor Series for free is definitely an issue. Also, B was supposed to get all the pay-per-views this year exclusively on their channel, since the original plan for the network launch in the UK was for 2015. These may be not the only two reasons for the delay, but they are two of the key reasons. Publicly, Sky has said that there's nothing to do with the WWE Network delays, but this is not true. So there we go. How does that one sound, folks? If they've got a deal where the pay-per-views are all going to be on Sky Sports until 2015, I think WWE are ridiculous, to be honest, letting us have the Survivor Series for free. I think that's mental. So you can understand why Sky said absolutely fucking not, boys and girls. Yeah, that's one thing at least. It's one of those. Wow, that is Don't be giving away free. If they do the Rogers model, as it's called there, which is literally where the network is just a TV station, I will not be interested in the slightest. It's the over the top stuff that really interests me. The actual linear TV station thing doesn't bother me. If there's something on that that I want to watch, then I'll watch it. I know that's a stupid thing to say, but what I'm saying is, like, I'll put the network on. Like, I'm gonna watch. Let's just see what's on. Oh, Backlash 2000's on. Fuck it, I'll watch that and sit there with a great big smile on my face, going, "This is one of the best previews ever." But if something that I don't want to watch is on, I'll stick to the over the top thing. It's tricky. Used to watch British Fists vids, Sam P. No, I haven't watched one of their vids in a long time. I do shamelessly plug my videos on their Facebook page. Not the nicest of people, I know, but I have other things to do. But I do. That's one of the things that I do. Bear with me a second. I have never posted the link on Facebook, so bam, live Q&A. Oh, bam. Please bring back the IDF mark. I know it takes a lot of time, and that's not even taking into account all the wrestlers that need to be created. But I always look forward to them. They were great. They were fun, weren't they? They were fun to do. You're very limited with No Mercy, aren't you? Because there's not a lot you can do to advance storylines. You can just say, right, this guy's challenged that guy, and that guy's challenged this guy, and some guy has challenged some other guy. And then there's the interferences, but that's it. That's as far as it goes storyline-wise. And yeah, I think the biggest problem I had was fitting everyone onto the shows. I thought no one would be interested. So, after a while, and it's like, oh my God, so many people are interested. So, it was making sure we had enough space for everyone to be on the shows. That was a real tricky one. That was really, really hard. So we'll see. We'll see. Never say never. And if you would like, I can't believe I'm even contemplating this, but I will upload Phantom Dennis versus my boy Flaming P. How does this sound? Tomorrow. I'll do you a November to Remember review on Saturday, but tomorrow I'll upload for your delight and pleasure Phantom Dennis versus my character's called Flaming P. I can't say anything, can I? That sounds like my urine is on fire, and it's one of those. My stupid little brain never twigged that one for years. My nickname was always Pee-wee. My character was called Pee-wee. He is Flaming P. He's Flaming Pee-wee. Just never twigged, like, dude, you're shooting fire out of your cock. My cock appears to be on fire. I'm an idiot, though. We mention this a lot, don't we? I've seen people planning "Where's our network" chants, and you can't launch shit chants. That's fair. I mean, the thing is, because it's a pre-recorded show, they'll sound tweet the fuck out of it, won't they? You would assume. So what's your true opinion on CM Punk, overrated or legend? For me, it's a bit of both. I think a bit of both is a fair thing to say, really, isn't it? I liked the guy. I liked his character. I do not like the way he left. It's that simple with me. I don't agree with walking out on the fans at all. These are the people who have made you a multi-millionaire, for fuck's sake. Don't fuck him off. Finish your He should have seen his contract out. I really do believe that. But at the same time, good on him for sticking to his guns. So it's a tricky one. Good wrestler, though. I like watching his matches as a rule. I like to think. Actually, no, I struggle to think of any of his matches off the top of my head. How bad's that? Fucking A. But yeah, I liked him as a wrestler. So I just that was my overrated, my overriding one is should have seen his contract. Excuse me, should have seen his contract out. Really do believe on. I believe the network won't come to the UK, says Mega Spinnernet 2. I'm sorry, I'm inclined to agree, unfortunately. Do I think Rock versus versus Shawn Michaels would have been a good match? I like to think so, yeah. I mean, the right time to do it would have been, well, WrestleMania 20 probably would have been the right time to do it, wouldn't it? You know, but I mean, to do that, you would of course have to do Triple H versus Chris Benoit on their own, and then Rock couldn't have fought with the Rock and Sock connection. So I suppose that would have been bad. But yeah, that's when I would go. Or WrestleMania 21, maybe. But yeah, I would. It's a match. It's one of my two favorite wrestlers ever going 1-on-1. Would love to have seen it. Love to have. Hello again, Mark, says Tiger Marks. Just started watching the stream. Sorry if you've been asked. You've seen the Attack show that's happening in Bristol for December, about 20th. I haven't actually, no. Let me know the card. I mean, Bristol's just that tiny bit too far to me to go for a wrestling. I want to go to one of those. I want to go to one of their shows so badly. Really do, but yeah, it's just a bit too far. I don't think I'll be going to many more shows this year because, of course, I've still got 4 to go. Well, I've got. See, I say that. Right, at the moment, I've got tickets for 3 shows. I'm potentially going to another 2 that weekend because that's the Ring of Honor weekend with PCW. I've got tickets to the Friday show and the Saturday night, and then it's Future Shock on the Sunday. But then PCW are also doing a Saturday afternoon show and a Sunday afternoon show as well. There's also 2 Fight Club pro shows left this year. There's a GPW show that looks interesting on the 21st. But at the same time, there's a Southside show in Sheffield. It's got Uhaa Nation and Chris Hero on. It's just one of those. Oh my god! Still so many shows I want to go to this year. Yeah, MSJ, work or shoot. I don't know what that means. MSJ, Montreal Screwjob is what you're trying to say. Oh, fuck's sake! See what I said earlier on? Montreal Screwjob. It was a shoot. I want to believe it was a work, but yeah, I think I've often thought there is a lot of evidence to say it's a work, isn't it? But I don't believe it's a shoot. If Randy Orton meant to be backstage dickhead, is Randy Orton meant to be a backstage dickhead, yet he still continues to be pushed? I don't think he is anymore. I know he used to be, but he used to be a very immature little pup. But don't think he is anymore. I think he's calmed down a lot in recent years. This is a great question for someone who must have been Matthew Clough 3. Right, check this out. Bear in mind, you guys know I don't play wrestling video games apart from No Mercy. What are your thoughts on the WWE 2K15 video game? And the 2K Showcase mode featuring the Triple H from Shawn Michaels feud from 2002-2004. Don't know anything about it. And the CM Punk versus John Cena feud from 2011 to 2013. Don't know anything about it. Know nothing. Don't interest me in the slightest. I got 2K14 because the WWE paid for me to go to London, spend the night in a hotel, and went to a party that they threw for me. You know, that's how I know about it. That's how I got the game. That's how I was able to give away the game for a competition prize. I never, doesn't interest me at all. No interest whatsoever to 2K. So I'm sorry, I actually can't answer that question. Most WWE main eventers backstage over the years have said to be quite dickish. Even Cena's refused to put people over sometimes. Fair enough. This is Gummy Davidson. So yeah, I mean, Orton was just immature. Yeah, he did his shit in people's bags and things like that. Idiot, stupid. And the fact he gets away with it just makes him mind. Rhino gets fired for smashing a plant pot, but Randy Orton's are just shit in people's bags. It just shows, if you're one of the chosen ones, you can do whatever the fuck you like. You should know I like a good sunbed. I always anticipate one in every vid I watch. One of those things, got over, don't know how. One of those organic things that's like the what bar in the OSW, or anything that I say that's got of doom on the end of it. You don't plan them; they just come out that way, and you find yourself when you do your notes. Like, where is it? Is the one on this new one? There is. I'm sure of it. It's my November to remember notes. There it is. The 4th line has got one in. So there you are, little man. There's something to look forward to, Mr. Scott. Yes, there will be a some guy in the next event at some point. Fourth line. Fourth. Some guy is my favourite Mark P catchphrase. Always makes me feel. I don't understand it. It's just something my brother used to say. It's every time I do it, it makes me think of my little baby brother, who's not little or a baby. He's 25. No, he's not at all. He's 27, my little brother. He's not a baby boy anymore. But it just makes me think of him. Every time it's some J comes out, he just that's Andrew. That's what Andrew used to say. So every time it's that. How would you book the Authority storyline going into WrestleMania? Well, do you see? You want to say? See, the little teaser part that Rock and Triple H had recently makes you just go, "I want that. I want to see that at WrestleMania really badly." I mean, everyone seems to think with Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, don't they? And I think the way that they're doing it with the Wyatts means that they can do Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins one more time there, I suppose. I'm not really sure. One of the things about not following the product at all is I couldn't actually tell you what's going on. You get to a pay-per-view and go, right, I suppose I should go and read some Raw reviews just so I can see what's actually been happening. But that's one of the things that I've noticed this year since I stopped watching Raw is that I'm doing Raw reviews. Is that as time's gone on, whereas before it was like every Tuesday, the first thing I would do when I woke up was check what happened on Raw last night because I still wanted to be updated and kept up with date with the product. Now I just don't, and I'll check it like today on a Thursday. Oh, I wonder what happened on Raw this week. Let's find out. You know, does that make sense? So I don't know about the Authority. I couldn't tell you. We're watching tonight's NXT for Prince Devitt's debut even, and will you be watching Kevin Steen's debut? And if you have seen the two, thoughts on them? I've seen both wrestle. I've only seen Kevin Steen the once. I saw him wrestle at Fight Club Pro. I saw him wrestle Trent Seven, and it was absolutely fucking glorious. It was such a good match. They beat the fuck out of each other. Prince Devitt, I've had the pleasure of seeing a few times. My match of the year in British wrestling is Prince Devitt versus Chris Travis 2 from PCW. It was fucking wonderful. It was 15 minutes of just bliss, wrestling bliss. So very good. So, yeah, I've seen them both. I more than likely will get a chance at some point just to see NXT tonight. I haven't watched NXT ages since the last special show they did, pay-per-view, whatever you want to call it. Since then, I have not watched NXT, so I might just tune in just to see his match, to be honest. Quadruple Spinebuster of Doom is the best one. It is, isn't it? It's just one of the old ones. I wish I could claim credit to that one. Scott Keith came up with that one, and I just blatantly stole it from him. The others I've figured out. The Caffeinated Water of Doom, the Arm Breaking Moonsault of Doom, they're mine. Sam P, what do you mean when you say, let me tell you something, Willis, in your vids? It's as LP Scott says, from Different Strokes. It's what Thingy Coleman used to say. What's his name, ladies? The little guy. Different Strokes. Coleman? Coleman? No. Gary Coleman. Bam. Well done, ladies. I'm impressed. Gary Coleman said it on Different Strokes. It was his catchphrase. So it's just taking the, well, let me tell you something, Mean Gene, and just swapping it out for Willis. It's just one of those things. You know, didn't watch. There was never a regular viewer of Different Strokes. It just sounds funny. It's just one of those things that I don't even mean to say. It's not written on my notes or anything. It's just one of those things that comes out. Caffeinated Water of Doom was one that I said on the fly. It was on my 1999 series. I think it was my Backlash 99 review, because I said something along the lines of that Rock sprays water into Austin's face. And the only reason I could ever think of doing that was if it's some of that special caffeinated water that makes you go, right, I'm all wide awake now. That has stuck for years. Isn't that crazy? Oh, dear me. Just out of curiosity, because we've talked about it a couple of times last night, just put in the comments, just put if you would want an IWF character making, just so I can just see how many I reckon it'd be. Because of course, there's ones that I know would want to come back, like the Mini Guinea and people like that. I remember Testicular something of Doom. The Deadly Testicular Claw of Doom is one. You know, grabs the balls. The Iron Claw, you know. Arm breaking moonsault of doom is brilliant because it can still be applied to Kurt Angle. You know, it's good. Quad ripping Spinebuster of doing those. Triple H does them in every match, so you know one's going to be coming. Don't think. Did he do one at Taboo Tuesday? I don't recall, actually. Oh, Here Comes the Pain is a good WWE game. I'm gonna have to take your word for that one. I'd never played many of them. These just don't interest me. You gotta remember, I like two kinds of games, right? Halo games, and that's specifically the Halo genre. Not any sort of, you know, not like Call of Duty or anything like that. You haven't got any armor, for fuck's sake. And racing games. And I play racing games a lot. Actually, right at the moment I'm playing Saints Row the Third again. I'm going through that again because I love that game. And then when I've done that, I'm going to go through the Lego Lord of the Rings game. So, you know, it's good. But yeah, WWE games, no. The long Bussy didn't blade joke when someone gets crotched on the ropes also is also a funny one. Thanks to Jeff Jarrett. That was from Slamboree 2000, wasn't it? Jeff, if anyone's wondering, Jeff Jarrett gets posted on the outside, and when the next time you cut to the next camera shot you see him, he's bladed, and you're going, I don't know how you have managed to split your forehead open by being driven bollocks first into the ring post. Nice one, Jeff. So yeah, that one. One of the things I noticed a lot, I got it in my old vids, is me saying like, someone hits a suicide dive and there's no TNA chant, and this is on a WCW review. And you're like, right, okay. I don't know why I used to say that. Sean H2K11. I started doing DP yoga myself, bro. Already seen results after about a week. How many times a week do you do yoga? 3 times. Done it yesterday. It was Thursday today. Yes, yesterday today. Do it Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 2 days off. It's one of those things I'm trying my own. I'm not sticking to the routines as much as I was. There's a couple of exercises that he does that are really, excuse me, there's another burp. They're really hurting my hips at the moment for some reason. So I'm sort of modifying a little bit. So I'm doing more of the broken table, just talk amongst yourselves here, broken table crunches, like just doing, instead of just doing like, you actually do 5 or 10, doing, just pausing the vid and doing 100 of the fuckers. Like, watch this, bitches. Try that one time. Broken table crunches. Fucking A. Oh my god, that's the best thing I've ever heard, Dan. Make sure you create a wrestler called Emergency Vehicle so he can interfere in every match. That is fucking genius. That's so clever. And we could give him the right to censor entrance music, couldn't we? Who has your favorite wrestling gear, man? Been weirdly obsessed with gear since I was a youngster. That's one of those ones where it's like, gosh, I don't know. Do you know? Right, I'm going through the 1998 series, as you guys know. Undertaker's gear that he's just starting to bring in now, the Ministry of Darkness storyline. I don't like the Ministry of Darkness storyline very much at all, but his gear around that time was fantastic. He was, excuse me, his look was perfect, wasn't it? Entrance music and everything. So there's the first one that comes to mind as a favorite. Hardest achievement ever is the one. There's one at the end of Halo 3. There's a room you've got, and it's really, really long, and there's loads of rings down it, and you've got to jump through the rings in a certain order, and it's ridiculously hard. That's the first one that springs to mind. There's sure there's loads. I'm crap at getting achievements. I've got out of a possible. I only know this because I was on my profile earlier on or editing something, right? But out of a possible 60,000 potential G, I've got 20,000. So yeah, tricky one. Have you ever seen Paige live before she came to WWE? No, she was based down south in the so never unfortunately. I think the post spot was called Jarrett thinks his head going in and blades his head before he moves. That's my theory. That makes sense. It was funny when JR called a suplex from Steiner a modified slam, and you said nope, just a suplex. I love that review. Rumble 03 -2 stars. Terrible. Coal Miner's Gloves here. Coal Miner's Glove. We're talking about the IWF again. and I've asked if anyone would want to character making. So I assume we would see if I was to start doing the IWF again, which I'm not making any promises about at all. Just it's one of those things that comes up a lot. Is would we see the mini Guinea return? How's the Christmas vid coming? Can't wait to see it because I'm privy to what it is. You're the only person who knows at the moment. Oh, no, it's you and Danny Ace. You three, the only people who know what the actual vid is. I keep finding bits to put into it, is what I'll say. So, for example, I found a poster of the show, and the poster advertises the main event, and of course, as you know, the main event really isn't that. So it's one of those. I didn't mention it on the vid, you see. So I've got to try and figure out somewhere to put that in. I need to film a new outro for it because on the actual video, I just want to say thank you to everyone who sent me an intro. But now that I've fucking filmed people like Dave Rain and Rick Swan, I feel like I need to put an extra in outro. It just says, look, no, seriously, everyone who fucking filmed an intro for me, that's amazing. Mini Guinea for the win, you see. If you could pick one old school tag team to be in their prime right now from any Fed, who would you choose to be in their prime right now? Flaming piss, you see. There you go. I said that quite a while ago. Old school tag team. I don't know. Brainbusters? First one that I can think of. You know, decent, solid team. I don't know. I don't think about things like that very often. So that just puts me on the spot and just makes me go, I just don't know. You beat David Hunter, though. That's a good point. On The Rock. David Hunter, you see, that was Extreme Dave's character, wasn't it? See, well, fortunately, because there's so much of the IWF footage left, I should be able to build people like David Hunter if I can just watch. If there's a couple of matches where they got a few moves in and got a finish in, it shouldn't be too hard to rebuild, should they? I need a new pad. That's one thing I would need. I don't have a pad anymore. And, of course, I need to get the emulator. Have you got Jay Hunter on board for the Christmas vid? I'm sure I saw something about that. Yeah, right. On Saturday, check this out, guys. If anyone likes the OSW, can you see my OSW shirt? Can you see what's on this? I'm wearing it right now. That was not a thingy design. That was just I just happened to be wearing it today. Say that I wear them all the time. So yeah, I sent Jay a message on Saturday. Actually, right, here's the thing. I tried to send him a direct message, a DM on tweet. Tried to send him a direct message saying what I wanted from him, and it was just too long. It was so long. So what I did is I actually recorded a vid, like I recorded a pitch to him, basically saying, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing a Christmas vid. I'm doing this review, but I want this introduction, and I want loads and loads of different people telling me what. You know, I've kept this quite private, but the intro is going to be, I want you to tell me your worst ever pay-per-view. It's that simple. Just tell me that. So I sent him that saying, look, this is what I want. Would you guys do it for? Would you guys be interested in doing it for me? Because I would have it that you three are the last people on the intro. And so I did this pitch and I put a bit of pep on it, and I said, I am a massive fan. Listen to all your shows all the time. Wear your fucking t-shirts. I've got 2 of the 3 t-shirts, and I wear them all the time. And he's like, yep. And the thing is, what I did is I started the vid wearing a Ring of Honor shirt, and I just stopped and went, this pitch would be better if I was wearing an OSW shirt, wouldn't it? I clicked my fingers, and due to the power of editing, I was wearing an OSW shirt. It was one of those, there you go. I hope you like that. Anyway, I put it as unlisted, and you can't send, check this out, stop that. You can't send videos that are unlisted to people via direct message on Twitter for some reason, via DM. So I had to send a message saying, look, can I have your email address? I know it's a cheeky thing to ask. Send me his email address, which I can't believe he did. So I sent him this pitch, and I sat there sort of pacing up and down, going, he'll say no. I know he'll say no. Phone pings, and it's an email saying, we'd be delighted to, just absolutely delighted to, just... next time we're recording, we'll do it for you. We'll send it to you. If you haven't heard from us by December, let us know. And it was like, by God, Jay, you are the fucking man. You know that, don't you? So that was my weekend, absolutely amazing. I got to see Rich Swann, and I got to see Uhaa Nation, and I got to see the Hunter Brothers, and I got to see so many of my favorite wrestlers on Friday night, and then that happened on Saturday. Like, ding, that'll do. Stop that. Of course, you'll get to see the privilege of seeing Mini Guinea promos again. Well, no IWF today. Have OSW Review ever reviewed WrestleMania 17? They haven't, and that has always been a surprise, believe it or not. They're doing The Happening next, which is a film that I've never seen, so don't really care about. But I'll watch it anyway. But I can't wait to see where they're going next. Surely, logically, they'll go into TNA next, because they did all the Hulkmania era, and then they did the 3 WCW shows, and then they did so the David Arquette trilogy, and then they did the 4, 5 ECW vids. Sure, it would make sense for them to go do TNA now. And knowing my luck, right, this would really piss me off about them. Knowing my luck, they will review TNA from 2005. Because it's one of those, it's like we said before on this video, that my next vid for you guys is, if you're just joining me, is November to Remember 1998. I'm reviewing that on Saturday for you. The reason I'm reviewing it is because I want to see if Heatwave 1998 was a fluke, because everyone always says that Heatwave 98 is like the best ECW pay-per-view. I want to see if that was a fluke. I want to see if what their next pay-per-view was any good. So one of the reasons I didn't do a Heatwave 98 review is because the OSW guys did it. You know, it's just like that. So yeah, knowing my luck, they'll start doing which one was it? That's got the Joe Styles Daniels match. I can't remember whichever show that was from in 2005. Yeah, they'll probably announce that they're going to review that next, and it's going to be, well, there's no fucking point in me doing it then, is there? For example, yeah, I remember in December I'm going to be giving you a WWF Capital Carnage review that I've had to watch and film by not watching theirs at any point. Remember, I've told you that I pretty much watch or listen to the OSW reviews in a loop, just a constant loop. I have to do about 200 miles of driving every week. So yeah, that's how I pass the time. So to every time it's got to it, to skip the Capital Carnage review, so that it didn't interfere with mine at all. I was like, I cannot let this, what they think of it, or any of their jokes they've used, or anything like that. So yeah, if they did that, no, that's what I'm trying to say. Knowing my luck, they'll do TNA, won't they? Just because they're asses. If you don't back the IWF, we're coming for you, Nogga. Sorry. We'll be in the danger zone. Jesus! Or Jesus! Nicely done. We'll be redoing your 19... Thank you, Unbreakable. I knew someone would put it. We'll be redoing your 1999 series in this quarter. Now, when you say this quarter, do you mean like this? It's jumpy and skippy and stop-starting? Well, because the 1999 Subs Original series was filmed in terrible quality compared to what it is now, anyway. I hope to do with you. Just, it's someone said before, 1999 Sucks Revisited. That will what be the show we called. That is such a good name, isn't it? That's brilliant. So yeah, cheers for that. Whoever put that earlier on, that's fucking gold. That is. I'm gonna redo the shows and hopefully do them in current HD glorious. Have you ever met any pro wrestlers who are a dick in real life or disappointed you? Daniel3786. There's a guy called Roughneck who I truly can't stand. From being a really, really really poor wrestler to just have, just being a genuine horrible person away from the ring. And one of these people that pissed off a lot of people in the business, and I was one of them. And I was just one of those. You can fuck right off. And then he he sent me a message one day on Facebook offering to break bread with me, a Future Shock show. And then he got really pissed off when our response was politely to I said, right, I didn't want a thingy. I wasn't going to be a dick. I wasn't going to say anything nasty. I just all pause. If it's all the same, I'll politely decline. That's all I put. And he went on such a rant. And it was brilliant. Because it's like, right, now I've got free reign to say what I think of you. But at the same time, the way I dealt with it is the troll on YouTube syndrome. Right, and it's blocking a troll. It's like the way I look at it is like, you roughneck, I'd never see you at wrestling shows anymore because you got blacklisted essentially from the business by giving away the results to shows. Fucking genius. But yeah, I never see you at shows anymore. I blocked you on Facebook, blocked you on Twitter, have nothing to do with you. Why should I break bread with you if I'm never going to give you a second thought ever again. And it's one of those, I've got no reason to be friends with you at all. So go fuck yourself. And I've never seen him since. That was fun. So yeah, that's the first time I've given him a second thought in a long, long time. Wrestling business is full of pricks. It's absolutely full of them. Wrestlers, be it because of their fucking ego, or because they get angry with you, what you've said on a video review, for example. So you get an A4 rant about why. I'm not going to give any names away on this one because I'm not giving publicity for it on that one. But yeah, imagine saying something like, you know, just saying, I didn't enjoy this match and I thought this guy's selling was poor and I thought he did this wrong and it just was sloppy. And getting A4, and I promise this has happened a couple of times, an A4 rant about how I'm wrong for having an opinion because I know nothing about the business and you've never done anything in the business and all that. Yeah, I've had that. I've legitimately had that, which is fucking scary because it's 2014, for fuck's sake. Right, no more questions because we've been talking for an hour. Thoughts on ECW December to December 2006. I have it on DVD, and as I was growing up, I kept getting told it was terrible pay-per-view, apart from the main event. Apart from the main event, I think it's just really, really bad. It's like, you know, the OSW reviews guys have done it recently, and you know, there's 2 matches announced for the show before it started, and they're the only decent things on it. Everything else is garbage, straight garbage. It's one that I'm not, looking forward to watching in 2 years' time. Would you ever consider doing an old school style shooting from the horse's mouth vid for a laugh? I still got the old phone I used to use, 6680, so I could. It just looked bad, and the bathroom doesn't exist anymore. I mean, I've said this before on vids. That room that I used to do my vids in back in the day, quite literally doesn't exist. It was all knocked through. It was all knocked into another room, so it was one of those. I couldn't do it like that. Maybe one day, maybe when we get to 10,000 subscribers or something daft like that, I'll do something as a celebration. And lastly, One Piece 20 is back. Says, how much do you rate Kurt Angle as a wrestler from his time with the WWE? Well, I mean, the best thing you can say is he took it to like. I mean, there can't be anyone ever in the history of wrestling who took to it as quickly as he did, and who improved. I mean, you watch his first couple of performances from '99 and 2000, early 2000, and then compare him to like mid 2001. It's just how fast he improves. He's just quality wrestler. I mean, you don't see bad Kurt Angle matches from then, do you? Not very often, you know, but it's around the time that I'm reviewing at the moment that Kurt's really starting to break down. But don't forget, I've got a great one to look forward to. I purposely haven't seen WrestleMania 21 in a good couple of years because I am so excited about reviewing Angle versus Michaels for the first time, because I know in my heart of hearts, despite that fact I haven't seen it for ages, that it's a straight 5-star quality match. It's brilliant. I cannot wait to see that match. I cannot wait. So yeah, great wrestler. Great wrestler. Great wrestler. They are. See, 1999 Self Revisited should be filmed back in the bathroom. I can't. Literally, if you want to see what it is, right, there's a vid. There's a vid. What's it called? It's something about my belts. Might be on my old channel now, I think about it, you know. Yes, probably is. There's a video I made showing off my belt collection. And oh, I've just had a text message from Betfair. Aren't I lucky? Yeah, on my old channel. See, I posted the link to it here, but you can't. I'm not allowed to post links. How fucking stupid is that? Yeah, there's a vid. Sorry about this if you're not interested. This is just strictly. It's called My Wrestling Belts Collection on my old channel. That was filmed in the old bathroom. So if you want to see what the old bathroom looks like, that's how you can see it. Guys, 4 years ago, I made that vid. So we had the work done, what, 5 years ago? Jesus! Right, ladies and gentlemen, if you like, tomorrow, e.g. Friday, I will upload for you that fecking match. I must be insane. I mean, I must be insane. The Phantom Dennis versus Flaming P. And if I can find the old IWF logos, I'll put one on the start of it just to tease you all. How's that sound? That's very gassy, that Iron Brew is. Saturday. November to Remember 1998 as part of my 1998 Was It Great series for you. Okay. And then who knows? It depends what happens with the network. Like I say, they've still got World War III to do in November, and I've still got Survivor Series 2004 to do in November. Please, if you haven't already, would you go and watch Taboo Tuesday? Not Taboo Tuesday, Victory Road 2004 review. It's on 914 views at the moment. You know me, I like the 10 years ago vids to get 1,000 views, so it only needs 75. If half you were in now can go and watch that, then that would do it for me, right? Thank you so much for joining me for this. I hope you've enjoyed it. I will try again something next week to try and get the picture quality sorted out, because this is sure as fuck not HD, is it? I commentate on it or else. Oh, oh god, I didn't think of that. What, on the fucking Dennis match? Oh shit, yeah. I was just gonna upload it as like the Asian match. Fuck it. All right. Phantom Dennis and Flaming P will get comment. Yes. Thank you so much for watching me talk bollocks for an hour. It really does mean the world. Thank you so much to everyone who's watched one of my vids recently. The view count this month is going ridiculous. It genuinely is. Check this out. We are on the 6th day of this month so far, right? This is fucking absolute madness. 3,429 views. That, friends, is incredible. How's that sound? Straight up incredible. Right, seriously, I've got to go. I'm due in Warrington in 45 minutes, and that's not going to happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everyone who has asked me a question. They've all been great. I hope I've done well enough to answer them. I know I'm terrible at them. That's why I don't like doing Q&As. Hey, I've been Mark P. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all. Look, I'm going to get it all prepared. Look, I'll see you all very soon. Take it easy, guys.